Have you ever been made to feel like you are too kind, too understanding, too soft for this world? Like choosing compassion means you are naive. Like staying grounded in your values makes you weak. But what if the opposite is true? What if choosing love, especially in a world that often rewards power, dominance, or indifference, is actually one of the strongest things you can do? Welcome to Soul Time, a show that explores the world of unlocking your unique potential. My name is Dr. Katja Makowka, and I'm a teacher at school, a former teacher at universities, and a stress and mental coach. And I'm your host. In many environments, kindness is often misunderstood. People might say, "You are too nice. You have to be tougher. You can't always be like that." And over time, this can create a quiet doubt. Am I too soft? Am I too trusting? But kindness is not the absence of strength. In fact, it often takes more awareness, more patience, and more self-control to respond with understanding and love instead of reaction. What is often labeled as weakness is in reality a real strength that doesn't need to push other people down or to dominate them to feel secure. And there are different ways people move through the world. Some are driven by power, some are driven by control, comparison, or the need to feel ahead of others. And others are guided by love, respect, integrity, and connection. Choosing love doesn't mean being passive. It doesn't mean agreeing with everything. It doesn't mean to be a pushover. And it doesn't mean avoiding difficult conversations. It means being intentional. It means asking, how do I want to show up in this moment? Who I want to be? What do I want to see in the world? Not based on pressure, not based on fear, but based on values like love. However, let's don't forget that it's absolutely not always easy to be an expression of love. It's not easy to stay kind when someone is unfair. And it's not easy to stay grounded when you are misunderstood. It's not easy to respond with clarity instead of frustration. And sometimes the easier path would be to react, to match the energy, to protect yourself by becoming harder. But choosing love in those moments, not perfectly, but intentionally, is where real strength begins. It requires emotional awareness. It requires self-regulation and it requires courage. And one of the most important things is making the conscious decision not to give your power away. It's actively choosing not to become the victim of the story, but instead stepping into the driver's seat of your life and making intentional choices about who you want to be and not letting other people dictate who you are or how you react. And this is important. Choosing love does not mean losing yourself. It doesn't mean saying yes when you want to say no. And it doesn't mean overextending yourself, and it doesn't mean ignoring your limits. You can be kind and still be clear, and you can care and still set boundaries. And you can stay open and still protect your peace and protect your energy. Real strength is not love without limits. It's love with clarity. Because when we respect ourselves, we show others how to respect us too. And children are always observing, not just what we say, but who we are, what we decide to bring into the world, how we respond in challenging situations. They notice how we handle every difficult moment, how we speak when something feels absolutely unfair, and how we treat others, especially when we have the choice to react differently. And from this, they begin to understand, what does it mean to be strong? What does it mean to be an expression of love? Do I need to be hard to be respected? Absolutely no. Do I need to push others down to belong? Not at all. Or can I be kind, grounded, and still confident in who I am? Absolutely yes. And when we consistently choose love with clarity, with boundaries, with intention and compassion, we show them that strength doesn't come from control. It comes from self-trust and knowing who we are and what we want to create for us, our surroundings, our friends, and family, and the world. So as we close today, take a quiet moment to reflect. Where have you been told, directly or indirectly, that kindness is weakness? Where have you felt the pressure to be harder than you actually are? And where could you choose to stay aligned with your values, even when it's not the easiest option? Because choosing love doesn't make you naive. It means you have made a clear decision about who you want to be, and not based on what the world expects, but based on what truly matters to you. And that kind of clarity, that kind of consistency, and that kind of confidence and self-trust, that is strength. And when we live that imperfectly, but intentionally, we show the next generation something really powerful. You don't have to become harder to belong. You don't have to lose yourself to be respected. And you can be kind. You can be grounded. You can be strong. And if we want kids to win in life, we must show them how. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Soul Time. I'm very grateful because you have given me the greatest treasure of your life, your time. If you enjoyed this episode, click the subscribe button so that you get a notification every time a new episode is out.